All right, 5 proven LinkedIn hacks to skyrocket your B2B client acquisition. I oftentimes get this question like, how do I get more involved in LinkedIn? How do I leverage LinkedIn for the things that I want to do? With that, before we get into the tips themselves, let's talk a little bit about what do you want to get out of LinkedIn? Do you want to grow brand awareness for the company that you work for? Do you want to grow your personal brand and maybe get hired? Maybe that's the reason why you want to, essentially engage more. Maybe you're an industry leader that essentially wants to share knowledge. Maybe you're somebody that just likes teaching and wants to get out there. Share a little bit more information with people and help them grow. Maybe you're also somebody that sells a product or service and you'd like for people to understand what that is so that it helps to draw clients into you that might be passively going by. LinkedIn is a great platform for all of those, and we'll touch on ways to help you grow that capability through this presentation. So whenever you think about LinkedIn and your connection flow, oftentimes you start out unknown. Even if you were to go to a networking event or you're just out socializing with business colleagues and you want to connect there, maybe you start out as somebody that's unknown, but you become a connection just primarily because of that fact. Still, you started out in that unknown category. Oftentimes, people will follow you more frequently than they'll actually connect with you. I categorize this is that a connection is the technical piece where somebody actually says yes. When you're truly linked, you've taken that extra step of really understanding who the person is. Maybe you work with them for a long time, but also maybe you've had a call or some other way to try and better understand what it is that they do in their professional life. There is a difference between LinkedIn versus Facebook, and I constantly get this, and I feel like people get these things mixed up. LinkedIn very much is meant for your professional network and your professional connections to be connected to you, with the idea at some point leveraging my network to better integrate yourself into a new job. Maybe it's something where you need some professional experience outside of your current network and you could leverage mine. So those sort of things are the sort of things that I could see LinkedIn being beneficial for. Business relationships and really helping you there. What's funny to me is that I often see messages back and forth between people where they really don't like the level of business activity that's going on inside of LinkedIn. There is work-related content and also things that may affect you or benefit you professionally. And certainly it is a social platform at the end of the day. So people will post things like their travel, going to conferences, meeting up with work colleagues. All of those sort of things frequently become things that are talked about on LinkedIn. But it is different than Facebook, where you have people frequently posting things that have to do with their personal life. Much more personal than LinkedIn, and occasionally some people mix those two things together. Facebook is primarily a social networking site meant for you, family, and friends to get together, to have that one place to be able to post things that are liked by people that essentially are in your personal life. To me, that's the difference. One's very professional. It could mean business-related links and people sending you business opportunities and things like that. The other one is Facebook, much more social media. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Don. I run a digital media marketing agency. We've helped hundreds of clients manage their digital media marketing and social media. And with that, let's hop into tip number 1, optimizing your LinkedIn profile. As we get started here, there's some do's and don'ts that I wanted to cover as well. So you shouldn't use it as your resume. Don't just list your jobs and what you've done. Instead, focus on what you do. What's the impact that you've had? Overall, that's what people are trying to get, is how can this person help the company that I'm with, or how can this person help me? And so if you start to list all of your jobs and all of the tasks that you had and things like that, people just get lost. And frankly, they don't normally read it anyway. Number 2, don't confuse people. Don't list out every job in a confusing manner either. So what I see frequently is in the About section, people will paste a resume. Then down below, there's a job section, and again, they'll paste a resume. So all you've done is sort of confuse people in terms of Who are you and what can you do? How can you help me potentially? So if all you're using LinkedIn for is some level of a job site for you, you want to keep in mind this idea that you want to be very focused in terms of how you help. What is it that you do to help companies? Number 3, making it difficult. Oftentimes people provide way too much information, and instead of making it brief and easy for anybody to understand, they instead confuse you by adding tons and tons of details that frankly most people aren't going to go through anyway. Number 4, being repetitive. I already mentioned this before, having the about section with your pasted resume plus the job section. It just confuses people overall. When you have repetitive sections on LinkedIn, it really doesn't help you provide that brief summary and understanding of what it is and how you help people. When you look at people's profiles, some of the times it's really easy to look at the profile and understand some of the mistakes that had happened. In this case, this is a CEO of an AI company, and number 1, his banner image to me is very unclear. I understand that this has to do with a popular cartoon and that maybe this is something that he likes and he wanted that as his background, but overall it doesn't project a professional image and it really doesn't help him at the end of the day. So if you're going to link to him, let's say he sent you a connection request and you arrive on this, you see the cartoon, maybe you like or don't like the cartoon, it just could be a reason why you wouldn't connect with this individual either. And so overall, make sure that your banner image is something that helps project what it is that you and your company do, or what it is that you do to help companies be successful. By doing that, you'll be a lot clearer. In addition to that, your headline should project more specifically what you do, how you do it, and then how you benefit companies at the end of the day. As another example of a poor headline, I just wanted to share with you this headline where it just says human. So this area right here where it says human is the headline. When somebody goes to connect with this individual, this is all that they see. And the reality is, in some cases, the individual that stands behind this actually has an awful lot to share. This person was a 2-time CEO. He actually has been successful exiting twice. And then in addition to that, he's currently working on his 3rd. As you take a look at the way that you should think about writing a headline, you should think about the following formula. I help blank do what and how. This formula really structures a headline in a way that people can quickly understand what it is that you do and how you help. From that, you most likely will get more connection requests that are more meaningful to the things that you do. If you leave it as a random word or some obscure item that really doesn't describe who you are, you could wind up with a bunch of connections that honestly don't help you personally or professionally. And with that, you could actually wind up with more information coming at you that is not helpful overall from the platform. If I were to rewrite Rahul's that was shown on the last screen, I would write it, I build biotech companies focused on some of the most serious illnesses that mankind faces. I'm a 3-time life sciences founder with 2 successful exits, working on my 3rd. Overall, this headline would really help to attract investors. It also could help to attract people that would be more beneficial for his business at the end of the day. Your About section should also clearly define why people should engage with you. What is it that you do? How do you do it? Where are the key points that you see that people should engage with you overall? What are the challenges that people are facing whenever they should engage with you? Address any reasons why they may not be engaging with you today. One of the biggest reasons that we oftentimes see is that people are out there trying to do it themselves. And with that, it just leads to this point of maybe spending more time and them being more frustrated because they're not working with you. And so there's an advantage to being able to point out, hey, look, stop doing it yourself and come to me. I can help you solve these problems much more quickly. Lastly, communicate who you are and how you help. This will really help people understand that they should be connected with you. All right, so that was actually tip number 1 in terms of clarifying your profile. I've provided a lot of information here, and if this video has helped you at all, please do me a favor and click down below on the like and subscribe button for this video. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me understand more that I'm creating videos that are helping people, but also it helps YouTube provide more information to us as well in terms of what we could possibly create in the future that would help you even more. So as we get into tip number 2, you need to showcase your work, your client testimonials, and case studies. So with that, oftentimes what I recommend to people is go through your featured section and really try and understand whether or not if you have things in there that point out some of your key achievements or the best work that you have to show. There are real opportunities in there to provide links to things as well as linking to documents and other things inside of your featured section. And if you leverage the featured section appropriately, you'll wind up with something that actually showcases you much better. Tip number 3, sharing valuable content. As you think about valuable content that you could possibly be sharing, think about ways that you can help people on the platform, meaning LinkedIn. How can you share things, either pictures, words, any sort of challenging information? And it also helps you connect tighter with that audience. It helps you connect tighter with that audience that is connected with you, but it also gives you an opportunity to be seen by people that are also just outside of your audience and maybe not a connection today. Tip number 4, engage with your audience. So as you think about engaging with your audience, one of the easiest ways to do this is to do the following. So essentially you come to anybody's profile, scroll down to the area that says show all posts. Once you click on that link, it'll show all the activity that this individual has had. Once you're on this page, if you bookmark this particular page and save it, essentially you'll have a list of bookmarks that you can go back through every single day and look at people's content. This way you can quickly make your way through LinkedIn and like and comment and provide feedback to people that are posting valuable content on a daily basis. Taking that extra time on LinkedIn shows the algorithm that you not only care about posting stuff for yourself, but you also have a broader network that you're engaging with as well. Tip number 5, leveraging LinkedIn groups. So LinkedIn groups are actually a great way to find like-minded, collected people on LinkedIn that are honestly spending a lot of time sharing information across LinkedIn. The way to get here is you click on this section that says For Business and you click on Groups. It'll bring you to this page. You can subscribe to groups that actually make a lot of sense to you and engage with people that are in these groups as well. This provides a valuable opportunity for you to find like-minded people and really share content back and forth. It also probably give you additional ideas for creating some content yourself. This is a bonus tip for anyone that's hung around this long. This is an opportunity for you to see exactly how LinkedIn sees you when they look at the amount that you've been engaging on their platform. So when you go to LinkedIn/sales/SSI, you can see your social selling index. This is mine. This is my social selling index. You can see that I got a 76 out of 100. Roughly it says, look, there are 4 components to the score. Establishing your professional brand, making sure that your profile is spot on, that people can understand it, etc. Finding the right people, so connecting with people that build a network overall for you. Engaging with insights. So this is you posting content, but also making sure that you are responding to people and building relationships is the final category. And so as you kind of go through each one of these, you could see that they rank you, overall. So it says that I'm in the top 1% of my industry. I'm also in the top 1% of my personal network. So the people that are currently connected with me. Also, it shows overall where people in my industry typically fall and how I rate in comparison to them. It also shows the same thing for people in my network. You could tell that I'm connected to people that actually have really high performing profiles as well. And that's a great thing, to see on LinkedIn. So go check out your score. What's your SSI score? And let me know in the comments. I'd love to know, overall, what are you seeing for your SSI? So I created this quick checklist for you to follow. So optimize your LinkedIn profile, showcasing your client work and testimonials and case studies. So this is building out much more of your featured section. Sharing valuable content, just making sure that you're writing posts and posting regularly on the platform. Engaging with your network, so making sure that you're spending more time engaging with people on LinkedIn. Leveraging LinkedIn groups. And then lastly, I provide a link down here to go check out your SSI score, your social selling index score on LinkedIn as well. So just one last thing, if you feel like you need just a little bit more help with your overall profile and creating content and want some real systems to be able to do that, I've created a course that walks you through step by step exactly how to create a professional looking banner image, a high performing about section, making sure that your featured section is correct, but it also gives you ways to really leverage the capabilities that we have available today to be able to create content that will really strongly connect with your overall audience. If that's of interest to you, follow the links below under this video. I've also included under the video links to my website as well as to my SEO checklist and other resources that I currently provide. I hope that this video has been helpful to you. If it has, like I said before, please make sure that you like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.